as it decides to play. In that cartoon, I realized that you like look totally ready for action and
I
stuff.
look
Like you're ready to
good.
whoop somebody. Yeah, it's like, man, I look good. You know
Yeah.
why?
Why's that?
Because you work out.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
Well, cartoon stew looks better than me.
Cartoon Stew is super buff.
Yeah.
And there you go. All right.
Oh,
So,
man.
Stu, have you ever sold a training?
Yeah,
How'd it go?
I have. Well, at first when I'm really like promoting it, but then something I discovered
What?
that I need to do is
What?
keep promoting it and I sell more. Every time I do a live Q&A, which by the way, I added a third now per
Uh-huh.
week. And
Oh
every
wow.
time I talk on those live Q&As, I'm always doing stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know? Did you know I have a course too? Right? The Never Quit Mindset course. I also have the Tactical Fitness course. And yes, they work. Check them out. And just like I said, if I want to sell more stuff, I need to mention it more.
Okay.
It's just plain and simple. I mean, I know that is blatantly obvious, and but it works really well.
I think if you want to sell more, you need to mention it more in context.
Oh yeah,
So, and that's what you're doing. So just to kind of clarify, what you're doing is within a context of, hey, we're doing Q&A. I'm talking about whatever the topic is. Here's a question that somebody asked. Here's the answer. And by the way, did you know that I've written an entire book on this topic? And you can check it out here. But another thing you can say is, did you know that that's just part of the story? And that's why I wrote this book on the topic, which will teach you this, this, and this. And so you can check it out. So you can throw in more benefits, throw in
oh yeah,
more breadcrumbs and why people want it. I know you do that instinctively, but it's important to if you're doing it in context, then nobody can bitch that all you do is pitch.
right.
And that's important.
Yes, very good point.
Important.
I do it instinctively, but I also need to do it intentionally.
What do you mean?
Right? I just mean that it needs to be a part of what I am doing
Right.
because there will be times I will forget. I'll forget to like, oh yeah, by the way, go to StuSmithFitness.com. Right? I'll just forget it and say, hey guys, I gotta go. It's been long. If I missed your email, send it to me. I'll see you later. Right?
Right.
And sometimes I leave that like that. And I realize I'm just leaving money on the table when I do.
Well, it's okay if you hate money,
Yeah, that's true.
but then you have to walk upstairs and tell Denise that you hate money and you're going
We
to
don't
do
need
this
it.
for free. We don't need any more
We don't
money.
need yeah.
Then she'll put her hand on your forehead, see if you have a fever. Feeling okay, honey? Maybe it's time for a nap.
Yeah. But your article today got me thinking about it because since I have been more intentional of actually promoting my courses, I'm selling more courses. So there you go. I
There you
just that's what I thought was kind of funny. I was like,
Like if you want to get better at pull-ups, you should practice pull-ups.
yes,
If you want to
yes,
get
it
better at
is
sales, you should pitch more.
practice sales. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So I see your question, Jonathan, and we'll get to that. But want to talk for a minute. This month is paid training month, which
Mm.
is all about creating and selling your own paid trainings. Last month was webinar month, was sales webinar month. So they all kind of flow together. Because what's the difference between a sales webinar and a paid training, Stu?
Um, I have, at least the way I understand it, a webinar is something I'm doing live with people, and a
Okay.
paid training could be a video.
Okay. Oh,
They're just
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. One, there's really not that much difference, except the paid training, people expect to leave with a result.
Mm.
And on a webinar where they know they're going to get a pitch that's a sales webinar, they expect for you to show them how to get the result by buying something.
Okay.
That would be the biggest difference between the two. But if you think about it, let me ask you this. When people show up at 6 o'clock in the morning, Stu, do you stand out there on that trail? What's that trail where you have the pull-up bars and there's like
Yeah.
graffiti and barbed wire and stuff on those buildings?
That does not look like that.
Yes, it does. There's graffiti and barbed wire. There's like vagrants and stuff living in cardboard boxes, and your boys are having to fight their way through needles and
Not
trash to get
not
over to
that
the
bad.
workout
Not
area.
that bad. Not
Oh,
that bad at all.
okay.
We're in the suburbs. Um, um,
When they
yeah.
show up at 6 in the morning, okay, do you gather them all around and explain how to do pull-ups and how to do push-ups? They all sit there and watch you run up and down that trail? And do they watch you do dips and squats and pull and bench presses, and then you send them home to do the workout?
No, typically it works like this. I'm gonna tell them what we're doing. Here's what
Uh-huh.
we're doing, right?
Okay.
And then I will see individuals doing something right, doing something wrong, and will, you know, course correct if needed,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
So what you're saying is they show up expecting to get something done. They
Yes.
show up expecting to do a workout and to leave with a workout done.
Yes.
You give them the workout, you demonstrate where necessary, but in the end, their expectation when they show up is that I'm going to do something. I'm going to leave with something done.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah. I would say yes. Yeah.
How stupid would it be
Hmm.
for those kids to show up and for you to demonstrate pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, a 3-mile run, so they could sit there and wait for you to run the 3 miles in 15 minutes, because I know you're pretty fast,
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
and then send them home? Okay, go do what I just did. Go home and do what I just did in your garage. Would that make any sense?
No, none at
Okay,
all.
but isn't that what most people are doing with their paid training, myself included? Show up. I'm going to show you what to do. Now go
Yeah.
do it. Bye. Have a great day.
Hmm. Very
How
good.
valuable actually is that?
Yeah. Not that much.
Right. If you think about it.
Yeah.
And so when we do sprints, on the other hand, when somebody shows up to do a sprint, it's basically, here's what we're going to do. Okay. Watch me do it, which is also called a demo. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Here's why we're going to do it. Watch me do it. Now you do it. Ask questions, wash, rinse, repeat until you've accomplished the result.
Nice.
And that's where people go from, wow, it'd be nice to do this, to it's done. Holy crap, we're done. So I think also with AI and with all the things that are going on in the world now, how, I mean, isn't there's like 365 days worth of content uploaded to YouTube every 12 seconds or something. I mean, there's more content on YouTube than
Wow.
anybody could watch in 100,000 years. Um,
Damn.
there's no shortage of information out there. There's no shortage of anything as far as just being able to drink from the fire hose intellectually. But I think where there's a real issue is people being able to get a result. And what I'm noticing from what we're selling and what's actually making money is when we actually promise a specific result that you will leave with. Not, I'm going to show you how to get this result, but show up, participate, do what I tell you to do, when I tell you to do it, while everybody else is doing it. And you're going to leave with A, B, C, D, E, F, and G done, or just A done, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That seems to be the thing that people are resonating with and they're willing to pay for. I mean, if you think about it, why do you buy software? Because software does something for you.
Sure.
You click it and it does something that you want done. That's why software can cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And how much does your average book cost, Stu?
$20.
20 or 30 bucks. Right.
Yeah.
So because you got to read the book and you got to do the work, whereas software does the work for you. So how valuable is a training where you're just taking on a bunch of information and then you have to go figure out how to do it without any feedback mechanism or help or anything from anybody? How valuable is that?
It's a little challenging, and for the person consuming it, but yeah, not that valuable.
So how much is your Never Quick Mindset book?
$20.
How much does it cost for somebody at a minimum to talk to you on Zoom to help them walk through the same stuff and apply it to their own situation to get a result?
A couple $100.
At least a couple $100. So
Yeah.
it is 10 times more valuable for someone to talk to you to actually get less information than they could get if they sat down and read the book, because it's not like you're going to read the book to them.
Right.
So why is there value?
I guess just there's a person. People.
There's a
People.
human.
We need people. People.
People who
Needing
need
people.
people are the luckiest people in the world.
That's right. That's going to
However,
save us, Jim. That's going to save us in this AI.
the singing ain't going to save us for shit, Stu. But being a human that helps another human get a result, I think is going to be the most important thing in everything that we're doing.
100%.
So then that begs the question of this is the number one question that has to be answered if you want to sell people anything, particularly paid training. Are you ready for the question, Stu?
I'm ready.
I'm even going to write it slowly and nicely so everybody can read it.
I love it.
Despite the crippling injury I was dealt by my kindergarten teacher who smacked me with a ruler, okay? You know, I grew up in a different time when the kindergarten teacher whacks the shit out of your hand with the ruler and you go home crying about it and your mom is like, what did you do? It's like I totally assumed my own guilt.
Yeah, those were the days.
This is the magic question. What result are you selling? That is the most important question in the world that you have to answer when it comes to selling, especially a course. What result are you selling? You think about that. I'm not selling information on something. No, I'm selling, get this done. Maybe rephrase this a different way. At the end of the training, what will they have completed? What will they have created? What will they have decided? Or what will they have improved?
Learned.
But learned isn't the same.
Right.
Learning something is not a result. Applying what you've learned creates a result.
Okay.
Learning
Probably.
something. I mean, I'm not being a
Oh, no, no,
jerk. I
no.
mean,
It makes sense. Yeah, you're right.
the objective is not to learn something. The objective is to learn something and apply it in order to get a result.
I like that better. No, great idea.
And that's what most things lack, because the result is not specific, it's not clear. Okay. And let me ask you a question, Stu. When somebody buys something from you, okay, somebody buys your Never Quit Mindset book, which is really good and it's not super long. You want to read Anthony Robbins's 600-page, awaken the giant serpent within, or whatever it is, or read Stu's book. It's under 100 pages and it's more valuable. How will they know they got the result they paid for, Stu?
And when they apply all the things that are in there to apply to their lives.
Okay. That's kind of hard to do.
Sure.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's neither. I mean, if you're trying to create a never quit mindset, it's not going to be easy.
Okay.
I'm not trying to sell them easy.
Okay. Well, let me ask you something. Let me ask you this. If we think in terms of milestones, and then over here we have the result. What's a milestone?
Like mini goals.
Yeah, it's like a stepping stone along the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Gates on a path. All right. It's some weird dude on top of a mountain telling you that if you want to skip this obstacle, you can stop and give me 58 count bodybuilders. All right. Because I want you to have the result of feeling like you earned that patch. What's a milestone that somebody can pass in a never quit mindset? Developing a never quit mindset.
Say that again.
What is a milestone that someone can pass through or accomplish that shows they are on their way to developing a never quit mindset?
Opening the book. No.
Jesus. Okay. Open book. Now, hey, you want to get a quick win? Just open the book and turn to page 16 of Copywriting Secret. And okay, what's on page 16 of Copywriting Secrets, Stu?
You're better at me. I haven't.
Top 10 reasons why people buy. Make money, save money. Okay. So let's go back to the never quit mindset though. Okay, open the book. Hell, you could teach a lesson just on why opening the book is the first key, because it shows you're willing to get started and it's risky and then blah, 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 blah.
It starts the mindset in the right direction.
Right. Yeah, what's another milestone? What's another thing that people could do that would demonstrate that they are on their way to developing a never quit mindset?
Build a good habit.
Okay. Which habit?
Fitness.
Fitness isn't a habit.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
Sure it
is. Fitness isn't getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, putting on your shoes and walking down to the gym by 6:20 is a habit.
Sure.
Okay. So set your alarm.
There you go. Step
okay.
1.
Work out today. Okay. Yeah. Well, get up. Set your alarm and get up at 5:30. Okay. Work out today. What else? What would be something else that they could do that would be, I think what I'm getting at is that action, taking an action to get a result is the only thing that matters anymore. Because it's not about teaching anybody anything anymore, because the teaching stuff is all around. What else could they do to develop that never quit mindset? How about do something hard? No, I mean, do something difficult today that you've been putting off.
Right. Yeah. Don't procrastinate.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay. So again, this might be hard for you to do on a webinar, but what you could do is get somebody on a webinar. Okay, this is Never Quit Mindset live training. And today, by the end of this training, you will leave with something you have been procrastinating on, either done or at least started. And you're going to have the time to do it today. So,
Okay.
first, why do we procrastinate? Okay, it's fear of a future event. It's fear of putting out too much effort, putting out not enough effort, fear of things not turning out the way you want.
Yeah. Fear of
But
failure,
let's
self
look at
doubt.
the flip. Yeah, let's so you teach on that for
Yeah.
like 10 minutes and you're like, okay, here's an example of something that a lot of people put off. Okay, working out. Why? It's not that working out is hard, it's that you fear the pain of working out. So this is what we're going to do. And then you just have them like do one push up. Have it. Okay, you've started working out. You have broken the seal on the bottle. Okay, I'm I'm being kind of goofy with this, but the more that we can get people a fast win, the faster we can get them a fast win, the more we can get them into action, the more we can set it up so that there are circumstances where it's easier for them to act than not. It's easier for them to get a result than not. It's easier for them to get some momentum than not. As part of the training, the more likely they are to get a result. And I'm looking back at stuff we've done over the years for, 25, 30 years now. And when you teach somebody something, when you clearly define the outcome, when you break it into bite-sized pieces, when you teach them the overall big picture so they can see where they are at any given moment, and then you give them examples to learn from that are appropriate to them, and then you do it in front of them and then give them a chance to do it and get some feedback, the chances of them getting a result are massively higher than what most people do, which is just to dump a bunch of information on somebody and then say, have a nice day. This
Hmm.
worked for me. This worked for me. Here's some testimonials from some other people, and have a great day. And that's why people don't get any results.
Yeah.
And I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I like the stepping stone idea to the result. I mean, that is a logical process that I think people need to learn, but more importantly, need to put it into action. Um, I mean, that's what I try to do every time I talk to people.
How
You know,
important do you think stories and demonstrations are?
incredibly important.
So tell me about your Q&A sessions that you do. How do those work? What happens with those?
I usually give a quick 5-minute presentation on some topic, usually a topic that I've written an article about that week. And that's while people congregate. Next thing I know, I see 50, 60 people on there or more, and then start opening it up to questions. And
Okay.
then every question I get, I try to put in usually a link to an article that takes them to my site, or and um, its own little story with the answer. Like, how do I get better at sit ups? Well, let me tell you how I failed sit ups the first time I ever took them, right? Because I just went out way too fast. I need to learn how to pace myself, right? That's the key. Just little things like that, where I'm putting in my own experiences, or what science says, um, that make the answer just that much better.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. How important do you think it is to help people get an early win in any kind of a process?
It's very helpful.
Okay.
I mean, and it doesn't have to be a huge win either, just a minor victory, starting your day right, you know, showing up at the and hopping on a bike, right, at the gym, whatever that is, let's do it. Doesn't have to be a hour and 50-minute workout. you can be 15 minutes.
Okay. So Dave made a cool contribution, which I didn't see, but how do we know they got the result? He said when they've solved the problem they came to you for. I
Mm,
like that. And what I would say to that, and when they've solved the problem they came to you for, is different than they know how to solve the problem they came to you for. That's
yeah,
different. Knowing and accomplishing are two different things. And I think that's very good, Dave. Thank you for that, because that kind of takes it the next. I'm gonna take that and I'll give you credit once or twice, Dave, until I forget, and then I'll act like I own it.
uh,
But but that, if you think about it, no, we all know how to lose weight. We all know how to get in shape. We all know all these things, but it's the application of that knowledge.
very true.
And I think in our trainings, if we can create that situation where people take action as a part of the training, not after the training, you do better. I mean, just looking back on stuff that we've done, when like all of my trainings now always start as something live. I never I it's been over 20 years since I sat down, created a training by myself in my office, published it, and turned around and sold it. Always have I, ever since, I mean, I think last one was Website Video Secrets back
Mm,
in 2004 was the last time I did that. I could be wrong, but it's funny, you create more results simply by just doing something live, and just by people showing up live, that helps create the momentum because they're in a spot doing what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it. They've got momentum, they feel like other people are in it with them. I mean, it's a lot harder to work out by yourself than it is to show and know that your boys are going to be there at 6, and you'll all be, it'll be tough, but you'll be joking, and
right.
you know that that makes it a little easier if you don't
Sure.
feel like you're in it alone. So anyway, um, what are your thoughts, Stu?
Um, I just had a really good thought and it just left me.
What? That's called getting almost to 60.
I know. I was like, man, I had something to add to that and I screwed it up. Um, it'll come back to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all I got. I mean, that was talking about. I would encourage everybody to read the newsletter today. Um, I would tell you, Jonathan asked about. I'm reaching out to see if he could help me improve the script for my webinar landing page. Which tool would be best for that? The new Sales Webinar Genie has all kinds of goodies in there for you, including one of the Genie prompt packs that will allow you to turn your favorite AI chat, including Genie Chat, into your personal critique partner for your um, for your webinar copy. So I would encourage you to check that out. But we also last week did a training on sales webinar, or maybe it was week before last. The weeks are
We
going
also did
together.
a live show on it as well and demonstrated it.
Yeah,
You can
Genie
find those
hacking.
on you can find those on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. So check out the YouTube channel, and also check out the replay of the last masterclass that we did. But that the new sales webinar Genie, and I worked at length with the programmer, really to get the PowerPoint slide rendering squared away, and that's real solid now. It's got an occasional little glitch in it, but overall it's extremely solid. So I would tell you to go check that out as well.
So, Jim, I remember what I was going to say,
Blade on me, Stu.
and it is related, a little bit off, a little bit tangential.
Okay.
But I have found that as with AI becoming more prevalent,
Uh-huh.
the the ease it is to create content it's never been better, right?
Okay.
But at the same time, the content has probably never been worse, right?
Yeah.
Overall, from what I'm seeing, like other
Yeah.
fitness guys do. I'm not saying
It's
anything.
average crap now because it's the average of all the crap.
Right. So what has led me to do is I am slowly evolving, and I can see this happening a little bit.
Hmm.
And I do write 3 articles a week for military.com. I'm almost ready to say, you know what? I think I'm done writing 3 articles a week for military.com, and I'm going to just replace it with live Q&A videos, because I can make more in that time that I write an article, and um, then I can make more doing a live Q&A video than I can writing that article for the same time.
Yes. And let's think about this though. I ran out of, so hopefully I'll wrote this question down because now it's gone. What result are you selling? Okay. I, I hear what you're saying, and I would just encourage you to think about it this
I'll
way.
still do articles, don't get me wrong. It's just I'm just debating with the whole process is all. Yeah.
Let me
And I've been doing it for 20 years.
suggest something.
Oh, I'm listening.
Okay. So you got the 3 articles. A lot of the folks that you get come from those articles.
Oh, I know.
One of the first things I ever saw from you when I started researching you was all the stuff on military.com. So the ultimate goal is to get these people onto a Stu Q&A.
Yes.
So my suggestion would be that, and maybe you're doing this already, but I can show you a couple of things that I've figured out that we'll be sharing with people to take those questions and run them through a couple of Genie. Basically, take that transcript, run it through some Genie stuff to isolate the questions, then take those questions and use them with other Genie stuff to create the articles, so that the time it's taking you to create those 3 articles, you're leveraging the Q&A stuff, and this, you don't lose this feeder, but you're leveraging your thoughts to create content.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
And but I'm talking with a level of speed that will, and it's your stuff
Yeah.
that would make you go, hell, I could probably do 5 articles a week now for military.com. I'm just saying, if you're interested in that, and if anybody else is interested, at some point I'll show you, but I'll show Steve or Stu first.
No. That's really good. I love it. and I try to do that already with a variety of things. Not only the questions, like the articles I write sometimes become live Q&As. The live Q&As become future articles.
Right.
Already happens.
Right. I'm sure
Um,
it does.
and even the live Q&As, now become video shorts that, tickle the whoever that doesn't have an attention span enough to read an article. Um, right? You see where I'm going?
I do.
Trying to evolve with the audience, and
I understand.
and not that I'm tired of writing articles. I love writing articles. Been doing it forever. I just
Yeah.
think I'm just seeing some opportunity. Oh, in case you never know, military.com may say, "Hey, you're getting a little long in the tooth there, Stu. Time to get some fresh blood in here," right? Because they have
So
about
they'll hire one of
2,000.
your students?
Yeah, I got 2,000 articles over there.
Nah, I don't think
But
that's ever going to happen. That's like that somebody telling Dan Kennedy he doesn't know how to write sales letters anymore.
yeah,
Um, I'm just saying that if you, I'm telling you, I love you.
yeah,
Don't do that, because this helps create the fodder for the people who are buying stuff. I know you got 2,000 articles over there, but people want to know, what have you done for me lately? What has he written
that is true.
lately? What is, oh God, this article's from 2012. I think they've changed the PT test since then. That guy's been doing it. I bet he can't even do a pull-up anymore. He sucks. Let me go with, so and so who you got on tape going, yeah, I read Stu Smith's 12 Weeks to Buds before I went. It's like,
Yeah.
so
Uh,
you got to keep feeding the machine, but there are more there are I'm telling you that there are effective, I'm saying there are like 8 freaking times here,
it's
sorry,
okay.
strategies to take stuff out of your head faster and get it done. And I don't think I've ever seen Albert comment on one of these things, and he's like, yeah, you can do live Q&A and make article from transcript. And then Albert's like, Jim Edwards read my mind. Yeah, I can read your mind. And I give a big shout out to my boy Albert, Marine officer, also the author of Data Analytics Career Playbook.
Nice.
Smart dude, understands all about data, and he's not a nerd. Dude's buff. So, anyway, in all seriousness, though, Stu, I got some stuff I could share with you that you'll think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
all
the
right,
only
cool.
reason why I brought it up was I added that third live Q&A,
Uh-huh.
um, and it, I noticed a difference in 2 weeks of doing it. Like I was like, "Dang, where'd that come from?"
Yeah.
Right? Just So anyway, I don't know where the market is going, but they're definitely watching live Q&As.
Well, and I think that goes along with exactly what you postulated last week when
Be
you
more
made the
human.
profound statement of be more human.
Yeah, 100%.
What could be more human than doing a live Q&A with your target audience on something that they really want to know about?
Yeah. That's why I think they're valuable.
Yeah. I've never understood why people don't show up for them with a Q. I mean, I've done them before, and like hardly anybody shows up, and you're like, really?
We're doing one now.
I understood. You know, I just it is what it is. Um,
Yeah, Albert said, did they change the PFT to planks? Yes.
yeah, it's like, well, you have to be able to do a plank for 100% is
I
what,
think
3 minutes 45 seconds.
345. Yeah, 345 plank
Yeah,
pose.
You know how much cussing you can do in 3 minutes and 45 seconds?
Of a plank pose? That's an
And
eternity in plank time.
grunting, and then they changed the for men over the age of 21 or 22, you have to be able to do 23 pull-ups. It used to be 20
Yeah.
for max.
If you're a younger guy under 21,
Yeah, you
gotta
only got to do like
23 to
7.
max it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's okay. I'm not going to be allowed in the military because I got a hand tattoo, so that's I can't get a waiver.
I don't know. I've seen them. They're in.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Gate guard at the Naval Academy got a big old hand tattoo.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was fun. I appreciate y'all being here. Next Tuesday, we are going to be doing our masterclass on paid trainings, how to do them, how to set them up, how to sell them, all that good stuff. Again, that's the topic of the month. And so we'll be sending out the email on that. And for those of you that want to get in shape, head on over to
StuSmithFitness.com.
All right. Okay, everybody, have fun. Take care. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.